Hey, what's up, YouTube? Your boy Protect, man. Let's get it, man. What's up with y'all? What's up with y'all, man? Hope everybody's staying safe, man. Hope everybody having a good Wednesday afternoon, man. Through all the adversity we're going through in this country right now, man. Hope everybody having a wonderful day through all the adversity. Let me go ahead and get started with this, man. Hey, Drew Brees, bro. Shaking my head, G. G, my dude. Drew. Drew. Come on, Drew. Drew. Come on, Drew. Come on, Drew. Man, yeah, but this is crazy, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. This is crazy, bro. I never thought my right mind, bro. This is insane, bro. I ain't gonna hold you, bro. This is crazy, bro. Yes, this is wild. So let me go ahead and get started, man. Start talking, man. So first off, Drew Brees, um, Drew Brees messed up big time, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. He messed up big time, bro. But yeah, I'm on live on my channel right now, man. Ain't some viewership on here, so come pull up on my channel. What's about the whole Drew Brees situation? If I get on live at 6:30, come catch me, man. Let's get it. Come catch me. All right, let's get it started, man. Hey, look, man. So Drew Brees got on an interview, right? You know what I'm saying? Got on an interview, whatever, and he stated that he would never condone this kneeling during the national anthem. He would never kneel himself. He would never disrespect the country's flag by kneeling. Um, he stated that the reason he wouldn't do that is because his grandfather was both servicemen. One was in the Army, one was in the Marine Corps, and they gave their lives for this country daily during their time in the military, which I understand. I get that point, you know what I'm saying? I understand that, but Drew needs to wake up, bro. It's not about the flag. It's not about the military, bro. That's just not a good look. You're not supposed to say that, bro. Like, if anything, you be like, hey, look, I'm not going to kneel, but I will do other things to support the cause. You know what I'm saying? He could have said that. All right, cool. You know what I'm saying? He said, I'm not going to kneel, but I'll do other things to support the cause. And Drew Brees is not a bad guy. You know what I'm saying? Drew Brees is not a bad guy. He's donated a ton of money to New Orleans. He's helped out during Hurricane Katrina. He's put himself out there to help others, bro. I don't ever think Drew Brees is a bad guy, but this is not a good look. He made a huge mistake. This wasn't smart, bro. And then Michael Thomas chimed in, his number one wide receiver. He got in his ass. He said, look, bro, man, I don't care you agree or not, or whoever don't agree. What's up with y'all? Basically, that's basically what he said in a tweet. You know what I'm saying? I get a tweet verbatim real quick. Give me 2 seconds. Michael Thomas tweeted at Can't Guard Mike, which is Michael Thomas. He tweeted, "We don't care if you don't agree. Whoever else. How about that?" After that, he said he don't know better. Which okay, sorry, I gotta learn my phone about the DC curfew. Sorry, let me get back to this. So that's what Michael Thomas tweeted on his Twitter account after the Drew Brees interview. My opinion, Drew Brees is wrong. This is not smart, bro. You don't say this at a time where we're trying to fight for social equality. We're trying to fight for we're trying to fight against police brutality, bro. This is not the move at all. Like Michael Thomas, you did in the right here, bro. Like you called him out. I'm saying, I don't think Drew Brees is a bad guy. I never thought Drew Brees is a bad guy. I never had a problem with Drew Brees personally. I'm saying he's given to the city of New Orleans for years upon years, and he's one of the best guys in the league PR wise. This is what it's just bad for PR, and this is a bad look in general for him. You just don't do this. Like this is something you just don't do this. I'm very disappointed in Drew. Drew should have known better than this. Like Michael Thompson said in his tweet, he doesn't know better. Drew, I'm gonna say this like everyone else is making videos about this. This is not about the American flag. This is not about the military. This is fighting against police brutality. This is why Colin Kaepernick kneeled. This is why he basically became a martyr in the NFL and his career was cut short because he wants to send a message against police brutality. If Drew Brees cannot understand that, and I think it's time for the Saints to move on. I know they want to win a championship. I know they want to they had championship aspiration. They want to win a Super Bowl. They want to send off Drew the right way. But after this year, Drew Brees needs to be done. Drew Brees, if Drew Brees wants to continue to play after this season, it can't be in the Saints uniform. It can't. And I get it. It's going to cost you some money to kind of move on from him, or dead money and all that. But I'm telling you now, if this is not Drew Brees' last year in the NFL, which we've been kind of hearing it is, Drew Brees got to move on. It's over. For real, if you are Michael Thomas, if you are Cameron Jordan, if you are the newly acquired Emmanuel Sanders, if you are Alvin Kamara, you gotta get in Drew Brees' ass about this. This is a no-no. You don't do this shit. This is not right. Drew was dead in the wrong. Like, Drew Brees better not saying anything. If Drew Brees is just quiet, he had none of these problems. Honestly, he had none of these problems. It just wasn't smart. This was very, very foolish of him. And yeah, I hope Drew learns from this and can actually bounce back from his mistake here. It's a huge mistake by Drew Brees, and I hope he really learns from it because that was way out of pocket. You don't say that. Oh, I will never disrespect the American flag. At this point, is it really about the American flag, bro? My opinion, it's not. It's about equality for all ethnic groups. When it comes to treatment from the police, when it comes to treatment from the legal system, treatment from all that, this needs to stop. And Drew Brees, you need to contribute to making it stop. And you saying this on air does not help make it stop. So that was out of pocket, bro. Michael Thomas was dead in the right. Michael Thomas, you right, bro. He didn't know better, and that's a damn shame that you're that ignorant, Drew Brees. That's really a shame that you're that ignorant. Right? That baffles me. Right? That doesn't make sense, bro. This man, the things that people are fighting for right now are nothing to do with why you wouldn't kneel. Now, I hope Drew Brees can kind of come back with the, hey, look, I'm sorry for my statement there. I will donate to this fund to help the cause. Or I will go out there myself and protest. Something. You gotta do something to make up for this, Drew. Drew lost his locker room here. If I'm Cameron Jordan, I'm Alvin Kamara, if I'm Michael Thomas, if I'm Jared Cook, if like I said, if I'm Janoris Jenkins. All right, so what's good, Skin Fan all day? That's my guy. If you ain't sub to Skin Fan all day, man, put up to his channel and go sub him up, man. Dope dude, dope YouTuber. Does stuff beyond football. He's like an all-around YouTuber, really dope channel. But yeah, Skin Fan all day. So basically Drew Brees stated that he would not kneel during the national anthem. He thinks kneeling is disrespectful to the American flag, and he would personally never do it. Also, he said the reason why he wouldn't do it is because his grandfathers were both servicemen in the Army and Marine Corps, respectively, and they gave their lives every single day to protect this country, and he respects this country, and he doesn't want to kneel. Simply put, he thinks kneeling is quote unquote disrespectful to the flag. Also, Michael Thomas chimed in once he said that and said basically he's ignorant and he don't care who agrees with you and whoever don't agree with him. I don't care. Screw it. You don't agree? Screw you. Basically, he said in a very nice manner on Twitter. I'll give you a quick tweet verbatim, real quick. We don't care if you don't disagree, and whoever else. How about that? Also, he said he don't know any better. And then Mike Freeman, tweeted him something. I mean, he just had the sick face emoji, like the little green face emoji. They about to throw up his arm. They about to puke. So yeah, Michael Thomas is disgusted about this. If I'm Michael Thomas, I would be too. Like, you don't say that on national TV while this is going on. This is The timing was horrible. The way he went about it was horrible. It was just bad. This is a bad look. It's not good. Like, once again, like I said in this stream, I don't think Drew Brees is a bad guy, but this was a bad look. Like, you don't say that. If anything, say, hey, look, I personally won't kneel, but I will do other things to contribute to this movement. Fine. And then, you know what I'm saying, you got pictures with Trump, and it's just all bad look. Like, does Drew Brees really like black people? You got to start asking questions. Like, now you start getting baffled to a point where if you're Michael Thomas, if you're Alvin Kamara, if you're I said if you're Malcolm Jenkins that just re-signed with the Saints, if you are Janoris Jenkins, if you're these guys on this team that are prominent players on this team that are African American, Marshawn Lattimore, are you looking at Drew Brees with the side eye? Are you looking at Drew Brees like he's opposition? Do you trust Drew Brees? At the end of it, I don't think Drew Brees' career would get cut short due to this, but it could start a lot of dissension in the locker room. I'm very disappointed about Drew about this. And like I said, man, this is a bad look. You just don't do that. And now you start to question Drew Brees' credibility when it comes to other races. Does he dislike black people? Because we know Trump's a racist. We know this, and everyone knows this in this live stream. And you're taking pictures with him? Who with this dude? And then you say this on air? Start looking at Drew Brees differently. And I say he does a lot of good for the community, but when you do stuff like this, it starts to get the side eye. And this is not a good look, Drew, at all. And on top of that, on top of these comments, his play's been diminishing. So, do you really want to keep him in your locker room for all this dissension? How is Sean Payton going to handle this? There's a lot of variables that go into it. Like, one variable is, how do these African American players feel about this? Number two, are they going to ever trust Drew Brees again? Number three, how does Sean Payton handle this? And number four, is it going to affect their play on the field? Those are four variables that you really can't answer. Is it going to get to a point where Michael Thomas is like, all right, man, I don't trust this dude, man. I want out. And he asked for a trade. Now you lose your best receiver because your agent quarterback said something really dumb on air and never really him and Michael Thomas don't ever see eye to eye again. That could happen. It could get that bad. Like, when it comes to racial issues, that could really bring dissension to your locker room and a lot of tension. This is bad news if you're a Saints fan. This is even worse news if you're Drew Brees. You just don't say this. You just don't do this. This is pitiful. I hate saying it, but that was just not smart at all, man. So that's pretty much about it. Skip fan all day, man. It wasn't a good look in my opinion. It just wasn't smart. It was very bad, very very bad choice of wording from Drew. Um, like I said, maybe we'll see what happens the next couple of days if he retracts from it, or if he sticks to his stance. We don't know. None of it we don't know about. So this is gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting to see what happens from here, and I don't know how it's gonna go. I don't know. It's gonna be very puzzling to me right now. If I give my opinion on how it's gonna go, I think him and Michael Thomas might have a one-on-one conversation about it. Like I said, I don't think Drew's racist. Let me get that out the way. But is Drew ignorant to the issues that's going on today? Yes, I do think Drew Brees is ignorant when it comes to these type of issues. When it comes to like natural disasters and things like that nature, Drew's incredible. He really contributes to the community. He really helps. But this specific issue, he's ignorant. He looks very ignorant. So I think him and Michael Thomas have a really, really deep conversation. Michael Thomas explain how he feels about the situation. Him and Drew need to come to some mediation, and I think they'll be fine. But let's just say that the mediation doesn't work. What do you do then? So that's a lot of questions going to be answered for the next week, and I think we'll see a resolution to this about a week or so. You need a resolution for training camp because if you go into training camp with this ascension, your season can go hell in a handbasket real quick. And more importantly, players might want to get moved. They might say, "Hey, look, man, I can't play with this guy." They could say, "Hey, man, I Drew Brees the player, but Drew Brees the man, I can't be around him. I can't do it." Because it's different when it's like a contract dispute or issues with the organization. But when it's something like this and it's racial, it's harder to mediate when it's something like this. When someone's that ignorant to the situation going on at hand, and the players can start to distrust this person. And once it's that much dissension and the trust is kind of broken, can't play with it. But like, it's like a contract dispute or just like issue with the organization. That stuff can get worked out easier than this. This is a much bigger issue, and Drew should did a lot more homework before he opened his mouth, and he did not do the homework. He didn't do his prerequisites to open his fucking mouth. And they say you opened your mouth like this, Drew Brees, you look like an idiot, a pure adulterated idiot. Was not smart at all. But given, I'm gonna give Drew credit for this during his press, I guess you can say short interview. He did say the country needs to do better. He said everyone needs to do better. Every ethnic group. I can agree with that. That's the one point I'm gonna agree him with. Outside of that, the whole flag and all that, you're out of pocket, bro. You're out of pocket. Should never said that. And now he deserves every little bit of backlash he's getting. He deserves every single bit of it because you're not supposed to say something like that. So that's just something you should do. So I want to see how the other players react to this over the next couple of days. I want to see maybe how Emmanuel Sanders feels, newly acquired from the 49ers this offseason via free agency. How Alvin Kamara feels about this, Latavius Murray, Jared Cook, uh, Traquan Smith, Marshawn Lattimore, Janoris Jenkins, Malcolm Jenkins, guys like that. Demario Davis, Cameron Jordan. I want to see how these guys feel about this because the most of your roster is black, and you say something like this, that could run these people the wrong way. So we'll see how it goes. I'm very interested to see how the dynamics shape up and how things go. But this is not good news if you're Drew Brees. And I really hope that he can really look at the statements he made, retract them, and learn from his mistake and become better from it. I just want him to be a better person for this and be a lot better with his choice of words. Because this is probably one of the very few times I've seen Drew Brees have a bad choice of words in his career. So I'm going to go and wrap this up, man. I do have another live stream coming in an hour. That live stream will detail the NFC West breakdown, breaking down the other three teams I have not talked about in the NFC West yet. So it'll be Rams, Cardinals, and Seahawks. I'm going to talk about these three teams. And, Rams, Seahawks, and Niners. I'm sorry. I already talked about the Cardinals. So I'll talk about those three teams. I'll put the Cardinals in there a little bit in the video too as well. Give you guys the records for these three teams, key players on both offense and defense, games I think it can probably win or lose depending on the schedule that I had them maybe winning or losing, some toss-up games and why and all that good jazz. I'll order these teams in the division, in my opinion, and why, and I will move on to the next division, and I'll move on to the next team. So catch me on the live in about an hour. I'm going to go ahead and get ready for that stream, do my notes, and get ready for that. So view, rate, comment, subscribe if you're new. Also turn on post notifications or catch a Protect Sports video. Stay safe with this COVID-19, man. Let's fight for equality. Let's fight against police brutality. You guys stay safe, man. Drew, gotta be better, bro. I'm out of here, guys. Peace. Catch me in an hour. It's going to be a dope stream. Take it easy.